Hello, good evening, and welcome here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph, and I am the host of this show. This video is going to be a bit late. I wasn't feeling well today. Consequences of too much pizza yesterday have left me feeling kind of down. However, the weather was great, and this video also will be great. So we're doing an episode of What's New, featuring the Sheepdogs and their new album, Keep Out of the Storm. Yes, Keep Out of the Storm is the name of the album. So this was released on February the 27th. It's about 42 minutes in length on the Right On Records label, and Ewan McGregor doing the production primarily. Featured in the band are Ewan McGregor. Did I just say that? Sorry, I just realized I said that. It's Ewan Curry. Yeah, Ewan McGregor brought out his lightsaber and took on the sheepdogs. Yeah, okay. Anyways, back to where I was. So the band features Ewan Curry, electric guitar, lead vocals, and keyboards. Brian Gullen on bass and backing vocals. Ricky Paquette on guitars and backing vocals. Seamus Curry on keyboards, trombone, guitars, and backing vocals as well. And in addition to that, they had a host of drummers filling in on different tracks here, including Trevor Falls, Adam Hindle, Jordan Murphy, no relation, Steve Kiley, and Danny Nash. So there are 11 tracks on this album. To me, this band, when I listen to them, this is my first kind of exposure to them on where I'm actually looking at their music. I have heard their stuff before. Quite a good band, I think. They're very southern rockish sounding with some bluesy influences. A little bit of Steve Miller, BTO, Leonard Skinner, kind of all mixed together here at times. Not too much BTO, just some of the solos kind of remind me of BTO, but primarily that southern rock kind of sound. A little bit of country feel to their music, but not too much. Primarily blues and southern rock here, but very clear sounding, nice production. The vocals, I think, are one of their strong suits here. Lots of harmony vocals throughout, and they do the harmonies very well. Not at a high range or dominant range, but definitely in that mid-range sound. Really good, solid. Their tracks are all catchy as hell for the most part. Some of the slower stuff not as catchy, but still pretty good anyways. Overall, I think they're a strong band. Definitely a band I'd like to get some of their stuff. They impressed me quite a bit. Anyways, going to go on to break the songs down a bit. Nobody But You, which is the opening track, and it should be the title track. Should be the opening track. I don't know how many times I got to say this, but everybody's different. They do what they want. So this has got a kind of a folky southern-like rock sound to it. A melodic, up-tempo guitar solo opening. The vocals are clear, mid-range, a little on the twangy side, but not too much. Just a hint of it. The vocals have some nice harmonies, catchy, heavy, strong, up-tempo sound. The guitar a little slower, very southern-sounding, heavy, melodic. Just towards the end, very heavy song. This was a good song. Most of the stuff I gave between a 6 and a 7. One song was over that. It was my favorite song, and I'll get to that when we get to it. Keep Out of the Storm, the title track, is next. Slow melodic beat. Vocals are deeper, mid-range, clear with some nice production sounds here. Catchy and forward as well. Some heavy, catchy guitar riffs. Very bluesy sounding, very bitey. A slow melodic track and slower, heavy, got a kind of a heavy BTO sound to the guitar solo here too, which was quite nice. I like the way they did it. Next up is I Do. This is a slow melodic up-tempo riff with a multi-harmonial vocal part here. Just really forward, really catchy, really, really well done. Heavy, almost country flair to some of the parts of the song. Multi-vocaled, continues throughout the track. I don't think he sings any solo stuff on this track. I think it's all multi-vocal. Very strong song. Next up, Playing All Night Long. So of the earlier tracks, this is one of the weaker ones, but still pretty damn good. This is a very slow, melodic southern track. Almost a slide guitar feel to part of the opening. Almost feels like that anyways. I don't think it is, but it feels like that. Maybe it's the style in which is he pitching the guitar as opposed to an actual slide guitar. The vocals are kind of mid-ranged here, but they're clear, forward, strong. A nice, catchy southern feel to the track. Slow, melodic slide guitar solo part. So it just feels, again, like that slide guitar. Again, I don't think it is a slide guitar. I just think it's the way in which he's pitching it. Next up is Take a Look at Me Riding. This is a slow, low, melodic, bluesy, again, that kind of slide guitar feel going on here. Multi-vocal part here. Very good harmonies, like just really strong. It's got a bit of a bluesy, quiet guitar part and continues with the keys through this track. Some trombone part here as well, and the guitar kind of picks up. So the two of them are kind of together here at the end. Very melodic, very low sounding song. I think it's the weakest of the early tracks, but still I passed it really well. Just a good song. The back half of the album, I think, is as strong, maybe stronger at times. I think overall, probably a stronger side to the back half of the album than the front. And the front was good. This I just think is just a little bit better. So all I want to do is the next track. Slow up-tempo guitar opening. Almost a Leonard Skinner-like feel to this track. At least in the guitar part anyways. The vocals are clear, catchy, mid-ranged. Folky, southern kind of rock song. Solo part is a little bit raw, a little bitey, but very catchy. The southern rock sound is dominating, and it's just a real catchy riff. Next up is Bad for Your Health. This is another low-end vocal part, clear and forward as hell. Catchy, low-end, but a kind of got a bit of a Steve Miller sound to this one. I'm hearing that the vocal part makes me feel like a Steve Miller sound. He doesn't sound like Steve Miller, but just that range he's in gives me that feeling. It does pick up tempo. Guitar gets a little bit more raw, a little bit more bitey, so a little heavier, I guess. Catchy track like this one. Breezy, another really good solid track on the album. Low, slow, moving track at the start. Multi-vocal harmonies here, really strong, really good. Catchy kind of slow hand guitar sound. Got that really southern bluesy sound to it going on here. I think this is a real comfortable track. It feels like something you just lie back and listen to and feel comfortable listening to. The next two tracks are probably two of the weaker tracks, but they're still both passable, really good. The Owl, very low end, slow guitar and keyboard part here at the beginning. The vocals are clear, slow, and definitely in the mid-range sound. The harmony vocals and the organ sound and keys really give it a full body to this song. I like this song a lot too. It's not one of their best songs, but I still liked it a lot. The Yellow Line, which is an instrumental. This is the only instrumental on the album. Another slow, low-ed track with some nice trombone going on here. Catchy rhythm beat. Guitar is slow, melodic, bluesy. I don't consider them heavy blues. It's just got that touch of bluesy sound to their music. Some up-tempo, heavy bluesy guitar soloing, though, on this particular track. The rest of it, not so much. Not so much dominant, but on this track, it's a little bit more of that low hand, almost a kind of, trying to think of his name, Eric Clapton sound to it. Yeah, I got a little bit of that going on. Next up, we've got Out All Night. This is my favorite track, which is a nice way to close the album. Strong song. I think this is their best song on the album. It's about mid-range in length. Almost all their songs are like between 3 and 5 minutes. Most of them are much closer to the 4 minute range than they are to the 5 minute range. This is a heavy up-tempo riff, very bluesy southern rock feel to it. The vocals are mid-range, forward, dominant, clear, all the things you want. Very catchy riff, some really strong southern flavor. This is, I think, definitely the big song on the album, in my opinion. That's how I feel about it. So there you go. It's Sheepdogs. Keep Out of the Storm is the title of the album. It's a new release just coming out recently. I'd like to go back and check out some of their other stuff. Now, they've done very well on their earlier stuff, multi-platinum stuff. So I'm just surprised I haven't heard of them before, but I guess it just hasn't come up. With so much stuff going on, you can't hear everything. But I like this quite a bit. Definitely an album I want to get. And I hope that you've enjoyed this episode of What's New featuring the Sheepdogs. I'm going to attempt next week to do the Black Swan again, the album that I wasn't able to get through a couple weeks ago. So I'm going to attempt to do them again next week. I hope you've enjoyed this. And if you want to make any comments about the Sheepdogs, I forgot to mention the Sheepdogs are Canadian from Saskatoon. So definitely out in that western part. That's maybe where some of that BTO and that kind of western feel comes from as well. If you want to make any comments about them, you can put that in the comment section below. And if you would like to make any comments about the album in particular, you can do that as well. Anyways, we will see you all next week for another episode of What's New. Take care, have yourself a good evening, and good night from the Prog Monster.